the shadows creep. Dimly Fylth is joining while Cryptid sleep. Sasquatch dancing from the solid skies. Mothman vanishes with glowing eyes. History Fylth and Cryptid cartoons. Space out radio blasting past the moon. Dogman howls, aliens grin. Buoys block as the wind begins. Charles legends that we love, from swampy lands to the stars above. Rushes pays, the crowd leans in. Every stroke lets the fun begin. So buckle up, touch truth news. Dirty Fylth and Cryptid cartoons. Space out radio, we're calling for you.
Great, looks like I'm late. Oh well, such is the universe. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Cryptid Cartoons with Dirty Fylth. I'm Dirty Fylth, she's Fox Vegas.
Ahoy.
We're here every Saturday pending UFO abduction, or of course this thing's not going to want to work for me, is it? UFO abduction or getting beaten up by a Sasquatch of some sort. And you can catch Dave Scott Monday to Friday on Spaced Out Radio. And don't forget, you can go to filthy.com. There's links to my books and all that wonderful stuff there. And you can also go to spacedoutradio.com and get yourself some Spaced Out Radio swag. Like me, I even put my Spaced Out Radio socks on today. And I always, oh look, it's blurry. Yeah, well, whatever. Not much you can do about it. Anyways, I have the Spaced Out Radio socks. Everything's still blurry. I've ruined the entire show. So let's see if I can unblurry this stuff here. Let's say hi to everybody here. Hello, Jeremy and Stephen Finnegan. Jeremy, you're supposed to email me. I didn't get an email from you. I may have typed my email incorrectly. Let me type it again here while everything's blurry. FYLTH at filthy.com. Hello, Whiskey. Can you make the camera work properly? Yes, Jeremy. Shoot me an email and then with a physical mailing address of some sort, and I will get you your drawing to you, which is sitting right here.
You said the email wasn't working.
Lame. Well, I have an auxiliary email you can use. Let's see here. Let's go like this.
And Jeremy says he did email you at the end of the last show, so.
Well, try my bookings email. I wish this camera would decide to work for me here, but apparently that's not going to happen. Well, here you go.
Oh, yes, thank you. Adoption fees.
Yes. Let's see here. Get this possibly working. Whiskey was clearly no help.
Yeah, I don't think tech's your strong point.
No, didn't think so either. There we go. That's mostly working, slightly blurry. Oh, well. Better than nothing, I guess. There we are. Back in the day, you used to be able to just adjust things accordingly with the tracking system for your VHS and all that wonderful stuff. But this isn't a VHS player, so it's not going to work. Let me just crush this stuff here. Sorry, I'm a little tardy today. It's had some important business to take care of, which wasn't actually important, but I just had to do it because, well, obligations and such. So anyways, I'm just going to, well, back to being slightly blurry. Not much you can do about it. Sorry, buddies. Anyway, I'm just going to scribble a couple drawings here, and then whoever wins the prize will get this fancy scribble page here mailed to them. So I don't know. I'm just gonna start off here with something simple, a little night crawler. This is just gonna be a pile of scribbles that I'm going through here because I didn't really have much time to get stuff together today, and that's all right. I still gotta do something so we can have a a little night crawler. He's going to be standing outside in a field somewhere. Let's put a little bit of grass around him. So I'm just going to draw a cartoon up, and then maybe a little tree behind him as well. A Bob Ross happy little tree. So I'm just going to draw a cartoon and then color it up, and then ink, and then once everything's all done, I'll go back and ink it once the ink dries a bit. That should work out pretty well if I do think so. And that's what I'm going to do today, because
We could turn them into shrinky.
we could. We'll have to scan everything first. But yes, we have some shrinky dinks as well. Fox made some fancy shrinky dinks. Let's see. This guy. Oh, look at that. Let's show some of them off, shall we? With the slight blurriness and everything. There's some. That's good enough. Little shrinky dinks, and then you take them and you hang them on your Christmas tree. Maybe at some point in time we'll give some away, but preliminary phases right now. Look at, we even got little gremlin and oh great, it's blurry again. Well, I'm swearing inside my head, I can guarantee you that. But anyways, these look really neat.
Yeah, it is. Really good.
Well, such is life. We'll just
Bookings email worked
let's see if it works.
from Stephen Finnegan 6922.
Well, Stephen, let me go check my bookings with 7,000 emails in here. There's it probably gonna work. Anyway, now I have to bug my web witch to get my other email working. I'm probably missing a whole bunch of people and emails and stuff since apparently it's not working. But that's for later on. So if my pal's listening, she's probably not. She's probably doing things in New York. But if you're listening there, I'll have to bug you soon. So, such is life. Sometimes things don't go the way you want them to go, like having a camera that isn't blurry. I must have bought this at the dollar store or something and not spent the like $300 I did on it. But yeah, well, that's what happens when you try to draw cryptid cartoons and stuff like that. They get all blurry, just like real life.
It's the man in black.
Yeah.
He's at it again.
Let's see if I can use my little whiskachoo here to fix things.
And Undead Jed said he wants a web witch.
Well, they're expensive. They're like $400 a year. You cover all the. Yeah. Well.
Better. Blurry. Well, blurry is.
Picture goes up, picture goes down. Wait a minute. There we go. Seems to be working better now. Let's not jinx anything now. And talk about the camera anymore since it seems to be doing good. Thank you for working camera. All right, here we go. We put this down. I don't know what I'm going to draw next. Maybe I'll just maybe somebody wants something drawn. I don't know. Give me an idea if you want something quick and dirty that I can draw. And then we'll get that next because this one's almost done here. Get some spruce tree action in the background. These are all spur of the moment cartoons. So they're going to be a little bit sloppy. That's all right. There we go. We can get a little bit of white for the Nightcrawler because he's kind of a whitish blue color. Oh, look at that. I cleaned off my palette here last weekend, and it's a little bit goofy here.
Nice.
Tune in for the best and most wildest cryptid cartoons on this side of the multiverse. Hello, Blue Cruise. Hello, Whiskey. Let's ruin the camera and get a picture of Whiskey here, shall we? Hello, you grumpy old bag. Hey, Grouchy. Hey, Grouchy.
She's here to fulfill the cat quota.
Yes, the cat quota is being filled. Hello, Whisk. Yes. Because I know the boys are outside doing boys things.
Rolling in the dirt.
Yeah, rolling in the dirt. I know that's what the Gargoyle's doing. He was doing that right before the show.
Stephen Finnegan says he's been learning to paint in watercolors and do landscapes, but keeps adding little cryptids in.
That's
channeling his inner dirty filth.
That's very important. You should keep doing that. And then take all your drawings and go to the local flea market and sell them at the local flea market. And then don't tell anybody about the little cryptids and everything. And when they see them, you're like, I don't know how that got there.
What are you talking about? It's just a landscape.
I know there's some people that take they'll take an old painting of some sort and then they add aliens and junk into it.
Did you know those coffee house newsletter things that you see in like cafes and like McDonald's and stuff like that?
Yes.
Did you know that there's like a little teeny tiny cartoon dude hidden in the advertisements?
Yes, apparently if you find them, you get
like I don't know, like
$10 or something like that.
something in like coffee house news money.
Stephen Finnegan apparently says the filth email sent this time. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with it. It seems to have always been a problem. Oh, by the way, here, I should say hi to everybody. So allow me to start here. Hello, Stephen Finnegan and Jeremy and Blue Cruise and Justice Truth Seeker the Paladin and Undead Jed. Hey, Undead Jed, I'm fairly certain I mailed you the cartoon, so I hope...
He did get a Bigfoot and a UFO picture.
Okay, good. I couldn't remember if I did or not because, well, I did get hit by a car once, so my brain isn't the same. And, well, I did a lot of questionable things while I was younger, so that also helps. Let's see here. Well, we'll just say hi to Undead Jed and Jeremy again. Hello, Spaced Out Radio and Spaced Out Radio Show. Great. I'm pretty sure there's a... Oh, hello, Fox. I'm pretty sure there's a kitty Caddywhack somewhere around here, or at least she showed up probably. Well, she's here in spirit. I wasn't actually sure if I was going to do the show today, so it was kind of a last-minute thing here. Let's see here. Let's do a little UFO. That should be fine. We'll do it over on this side, so that way I can mix everything up a little bit. But what would be flying the UFO today? I don't know. We haven't got that far yet. Maybe a Sprog, maybe an alien. I don't know. Oh, excuse me. What a slob. So we're just gonna whip this UFO up here.
Maybe it's driving itself.
It's a self-driving UFO.
Why not?
Yeah, we'll just leave it as that. It's a sentient being in itself. Excuse me. Alrighty. We get the old blue out. That's for the windshield, because it's better to have UFOs that are nuts and bolts than all these weird orbs and all this jellyfish things, which I'm not totally convinced there's a jellyfish UFO. So if a jellyfish UFO wants to just land on my front porch and prove me wrong, then have at it. And I will rescind my previous comments of not believing in them.
And if you intend on taking him, just bring him back before next Saturday.
Yes.
I don't want to have to do the show myself because that will just be terrible.
You'd basically be sitting there watching Shrinky Dinks get made, or Fox doing plushies and yelling at them.
Yep.
As she stabs herself repeatedly by accident.
Although I did actually find something that like I can transfer the markings onto black minky now. It took forever to find something, but hey.
Yeah.
Found a local art store that happens to sell pastels individually.
Is it Delta?
No.
Oh.
Gilded Rabbit.
Gilded Rabbit, eh?
And they also have really good dye for polyester for when I have to custom color minky.
That's right beside the old Rendezvous Pub.
It is.
Which is also beside the tobacconist store, which that cigar place has been there for 1,000 years. Oh yeah, the old raspberry tea with some delicious brown sugar in it. Do I need a background for this? Yeah, no, we'll just do the UFO like that. And then what else we got here? Let's do an alien of some sort. Questioning his life. Like, what am I doing with myself on this planet?
Stephen Finnegan asks, do you use watercolor paper?
Yes, I will show you the watercolor paper that I use, and I don't use anything else except for this. It's the Hansen watercolor. You want to scribble this down. It's, I believe, cold pressed of some sort. Yes, it's cold pressed heavyweight paper because I'm a slob with my water. And this is the only brand that I use. I've tried a million different types, but I use this one exclusively for all my drawings. It's 9 by 12 inches and 140 pounds. I don't know what any of that stuff means. I don't know what cold press means. I don't know what heavyweight water paper means, or the poundage and anything.
Probably just how flimsy it is.
Yes, well, apparently Fox is smarter than me about watercolor paper.
Oh, I'm kind of a printer paper Nazi.
Well,
I get it from my mom.
so yes, there you go. That's what I use, and it just works the best for me because I can slop as much water as possible on it, and that way everything kind of it looks good, and I don't have to struggle too hard with everything. I've used other watercolor paper, and it always seems to fold in on itself, or I guess the grain or whatever on this is kind of nice because it doesn't really show up. Other watercolor paper I've used this stuff before, the Strathmore. However, the only issue is when you get water on it, you can see it almost looks like a like dimpled golf ball action. I forget what the word is for the dimples in the golf ball, or if that's even the correct wording, but
Dimple?
yes, that might be it. Yes, stick with what works for you. But that's what I use. If you find something else that you like, use what you like to use because, well, it's all preference. And it's very important to just try a bunch of different stuff. And then once you find something that works, then stick with that. And sometimes I would say sometimes try something different if you see some other stuff at an art store. And I would suggest my only suggestion I would say is go to an actual art store and get supplies because a lot of times the people that work there are usually a little more smarter than the people at the dollar store or like Walmart or something. And you can just say, hey, I'm brand new at this, or I'm looking to do this type of stuff. And they'll probably be able to point you in a good direction, which is why I go to Delta Art Supplies in Edmonton, which is fairly close to my house now. It used to be downtown. And I originally went there. I used to do a lot of acrylic painting and on big canvases and junk, which I should probably start doing that again. At least just use up what I have so I can have more space for cartoons. But I used to go there because it was really cheap and the staff was knowledgeable and they were really friendly with everything. And I asked them I just said, hey, I'm new to watercolor, new to acrylic when I first went there, and I haven't done it for a million years. And what would you suggest? And they helped me out, and I forget what the brand was, but I used that for a while. And then when I started doing more watercolor, I went there and same thing. They helped me out, and it was perfect, and I really appreciate it. And that's why I would suggest going to an actual art store. But sometimes you can't go to an art store because they're closed on Sundays, bastards. That's just me griping about the art store being closed on Sundays. Where is my beer color? There it is. This is the usual color I use for beers. And of course, the head has to be yellow on it. It's very important. All right, there we go. Excuse me. Get the old tiny brush. And for brushes and junk, I just use, the brand is called Verona. Verona. And I just buy a variety of different brushes and junk. Some of them I had for a while and they get all bent out of shape. But as I said, try whatever works and try something. And then if you like it, then stick with it. And if you are interested in other stuff, give that a shot too, because you never know, you'll find something that you absolutely like using more than other stuff. And that's actually, I'm going to put this guy he's going to be sitting, he's at the space bar. Let's give him a little coaster too. But as I was saying, just try a bunch of different stuff and eventually you'll find something that sticks and works for you. Let's do what are we gonna do on here? A little Bigfoot symbol. And yes, just try different things and eventually you'll find something that works. And once you do, get comfortable with that and then branch out once in a while and try some different stuff. Maybe you like watercolor, or maybe you really enjoy doing oil painting, which is incredibly difficult.
Or you're Jackson Pollock and you just spread like canvas by the meter out and throw cans of paint on it and get rich and famous.
Yeah, that's money laundering stuff going on there. I'd love to get my stuff into an art gallery. I was invited to an art gallery or an art presentation thing, but it's a little pricey for me right now because as everybody kind of knows, I bought a house, so I'm extremely poor at this moment. And it was only for one day. So if it was a couple days, I would have probably give it a little bit more of a thought. But for one day for a wad of cash, just kind of isn't really much. And it was only from, I believe, like 6 till 11. So I'd probably have to turn my prices down super low and sell probably like 10, 15 drawings just to break even. And as much as I would like to go to meet other people and artists and connect with them and all that wonderful stuff, I just figure it's probably better to keep my $200 right now. I can spend it on important stuff like chicken wings, which is very important. All right, just a little bit of background here. Just a nice, fine, purplish background. It's good to have some purple in your drawings all the time. One of my favorite colors. Purple, green, and black. There we are. Get that old Bigfoot sign going here. Jeremy says he just sent it. Hope it worked. Oh, yes, I have to go look here in the yes, there it is. Goodyear for Spaced Out Radio. What the heck is this? Oh, yes, it's the guy from the Apple podcast team. Look at Jeremy living on that street in that city with his little postal or zip code, rather. They don't have postal codes in America. In Canada, we got postal codes and they're all numbers and letters and everything. Mine starts with the T. That's where we live in Alberta. I don't know how they decided that that's how it was going to work, but that's the way they went with everything. So, alrighty. Get this Bigfoot poster all colored in here. There we are. We'll let that dry so I don't, when I slop some red in there, it won't bleed into the rest of it. What else am I going to draw here? Let's see. Let's do a little goblin of some sort. Goblin with his slushy, I guess. That always works out pretty good. He's fun to draw. I wouldn't trust him though with my shoelaces.
I trust him more than I would trust the gnome.
Yeah, that's true. I don't trust that gnome at all. Wallets, shoelaces, everything. It's all going missing when that guy shows up. Alrighty. With his big slushy. That's out of control, apparently. Alright. It's so big he's got to double fist the bastard. It's like when my friends came over the other weekend, they stopped at the 7-Eleven and they had these gigantic, I think it was like a 3-foot container, and I think it was like $5.
Those giant things.
Those giant slushy things. Yeah. They had those. I was like, geez, that's enough sugar to keep an elephant going for a while. But yeah, apparently they were refillable. And I think Curtis left his here. So sorry, Curtis, I threw it out because it was taking up counter space, and I don't like crap on my counter. He's probably playing Factorio, not paying attention anyways. Or he could be like Birdman. He's too cool to come hang out this evening. He's got like an orgy to go to or something. That's actually what he said. I was bugging him. I was like, "You got a birthday party to go to again?" He goes, "No, I'm going to the orgy." I'm like, "Oh, seems people-y."
Yeah.
There we go. Look at him. What a dork. He'll be on a sidewalk. That's what we're gonna put him on here. He's sauntering home from the store. He's already eaten his 7-Eleven hot dog. He's got a good internal stomach organs and everything, so he can eat those 7-Eleven hot dogs that have been sitting there for 8 hours. The lady was like, "You know what? We can make you a fresh one." He's like, "Ah, it's okay. I'll just eat this one." I did have a slice of their pizza one time. They just put them out and I tried it. It was actually pretty good. I survived.
Their kebabs were really good.
Yes, I've had those. I went with was like Curtis or something one time at lunch, and we stopped there, and I seen it was like, ooh, and then you get the little skewer thing,
Exactly.
and so I got to work, and I was like throwing it into the ground like a throwing skewer pokey device. Good God, I mean, how about words in proper English here, Dirty Phil?
When I was a cook, there was a 7-Eleven like in the same parking lot as the pub that I worked at. Yep. Every night, one of us would like be nominated by the rest of the kitchen staff to go get kebabs before the bar run took them all. We had a whole freaking commercial kitchen at our disposal. We're like, nope, we're getting kebabs.
Yeah, go to 7-Eleven, get the K-Bobs. Apparently, my pal Brett says that if you can get one of the 7-Elevens that have the crispy chicken or whatever, apparently that's pretty good. But
For some reason, I think that the one near our places has the crispy chicken.
is that the one like
where your friend,
111
your
or
homeless
whatever?
friend lives?
Oh, where Big John hangs
Yeah.
out all the time? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a homeless friend. I got 2 of them actually. Yes. You know what? Next time I go for a bike ride, I'll go stop by there, give it a shot. So if you guys don't hear from me, it probably wasn't getting abducted by aliens. I probably ate some bad 7-Eleven chicken and died. I've never actually like checked their thing. I know they got a whole bunch of stuff there, and they got pizza slices and everything, but I've never actually looked at their giant thing. Every time I go in there, I feel like I'm about to be robbed or something. It's a sort of a rowdy area. But I look like a homeless guy anyway when I go travel around, so generally nobody really bugs me.
Yeah.
Funny story about that. When I lived in Vancouver, I went out to the rickshaw. I think it was KMFDM I was singing. And anyways, I was pretty tipsy, and I went outside for a smoke, and I was sitting there outside the rickshaw, and I took my hat off and I put it on the ground, and some guy threw change into it. I just kind of chuckled. I'm like, I actually have a home. He's like, right. I was like, I'm not providing him my address, but it was kind of funny. That was like the closest I've ever been to like an actual street homeless dude. Now, when I first moved to Vancouver, I was technically homeless. I didn't have a place to live for like 6 months. I just slept on as many couches as possible, which was kind of lame, but sometimes you get to do that. Anyways, I ended up moving in with my cousin, and all types of insanity occurred. And then I quit animation school like a quitter because I wasn't really into the computer animation. It was too soulless. And I bitched about digital animation and cartoons and stuff back then, and I bitch about it now, and now those guys are losing their job to AI anyway, so joke's on them. I'm also losing my jobs to AI.
And for all of the
Excuse
transfer
me.
projects, I'm using Photoshop. So that's digital.
Yeah, but you know, people that go and like draw a cartoon, or they like draw stuff right on a tablet,
Yeah, okay.
and then they like push a button to delete it and rotate it and everything, and they never have to actually like turn a page. And like I always see these advertisements for, it's like, oh, you can get these brush sets and it looks like watercolor. I'm like, what? Because you can't fucking learn how to use watercolor? Pardon my French there, Dave. Sorry. But back in my day, I'm just a grumpy old guy, so oops,
See?
splattered.
Photoshop. For that one that we're kicking around.
Yes, that actually looks really cool. There's a secret project in the works, and I can't tell you about it, but Fox can if she wants.
It's just something we're toying with. And I'm just prepping the files for it if it ever gets into stages of finalization.
Whoever's getting this drawing has some little splatter marks all over it because, well, I'm a slob with the watercolor because that's what I'm good at doing. Being a pig with my watercolor. I think it was one of the things that I learned the best in animation school is the one teacher always said, just bend it till you break it, which basically means put as much watercolor or paint or whatever, or draw it as most exaggerated as possible until it looks weird, and then you know where the limit is. I guess that's kind of what he meant. At least that's what I took away from it.
Well, it's better than purposely trying to destroy your art project in school and then actually have your teacher who's hated everything you've ever done in that class to like praise it. And then you're sitting there going, what just happened? Yeah, that was not fun. I was so defeated in that moment.
I had one animation teacher tell me when I was in animation school, one of the teachers tell me that I wasn't allowed to have my own style
Oh God.
because I'm not famous and I can't have my own style. And yeah, so that was always comical. And you can't have your own style, and you have to draw everything the same way Disney and Pixar draws everything. And I was like, I don't want to work at Disney or Pixar. Hello, whiskey. I don't want to work at Disney or Pixar. And the guy goes, well, why are you in animation school? Because I wanted to learn animation. He couldn't wrap his head around that. But that's all right. Sometimes you just, you know what I mean? If I'm paying like $30,000 to go to animation school, I mean, generally, you probably want to get a nice job afterwards. But you know what? It's my money. I did what I want with it. And I paid off all my debts. So, like, that was a $30,000 plus dollars I probably could have spent on something better, but I wouldn't have gotten all the interesting knowledge and met the people and did the things and learned stuff about myself. So my advice to everybody, steal it off the internet because everything's free on the internet. People probably don't want to hear that, but and they ended up getting rid of a whole bunch of teachers that were there because they were all self-taught, and despite the fact that their names were in big-time Hollywood films, they didn't have the piece of paper saying, yes, you are qualified to be an artist, which, yeah, doesn't make any sense, but that's what they did, and they laid off some pretty good teachers. And then jokes on them, the AI Art Institute of Vancouver, that was what it was called, the Art Institute. It ended up going out of business because of their terrible practices, such as just letting anybody who could afford to go there go to the school. You didn't need any ability whatsoever, which kind of makes a little more sense now because they probably shouldn't have let me go there in the first place because I didn't know how to use Photoshop. And teacher's like, all right, we're going to take this object and we're going to raster size it or whatever and do this and that. And I didn't know what the heck was going on.
Photoshop's easy. I taught myself.
Yeah, but you get a big brain. All right, what else am I going to draw here? I got
Illustrator, on the other hand, forget it. That thing kicked my ass and still does every time I try to use it.
Let's draw the Slurpee that he's holding. Slushy. Slurpee's copyrighted trademark word. Lawyers are probably filing papers as we speak now.
Undead Jed said, how many books does that dude have on Amazon? Probably 0. Ha! What a loser.
It's true. I could further rip that guy more by I seen his resume on LinkedIn because they're like everybody had to go to LinkedIn and everything. Basically, the guy would work at he would work somewhere for like a year or two, and then he would go to some other place and continue getting jobs that way. And you know, maybe he was doing freelance work, but I just think that because just the type of person he was, let's be fair and call it what it was. He was a piece of shit.
And Mima Flower says the best artists are self-taught. Although they did have to get a degree to teach art. And teaching art is fun because you can't really teach it.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's like people ask me, like, how do you draw so well? I'm like, I just do it a lot, and I've always been interested in it. I think everybody has some sort of talent of some sort. Maybe you're not naturally gifted with drawing or painting or any type of art, but maybe you're good at learning and being able to apply that to art, and then you can get good at it. I guess I'm good at watercolor. I just did it a lot. I did it because I actually just thought it would probably be easier than doing acrylic and everything because I wasn't very good at acrylic paintings. Do I have one handy? Yes, I do, but you want to duck down so I can show that one off? Oh no. Here, this is you can't really see it very well, but oh look, there's my ear. But that's a acrylic painting that I did. Yes. they're kind of fun, but I'm just not very good at it. I spared you. Don't worry.
Okay.
You can unhide yourself. I made sure it didn't even get you in the picture, so I don't like seeing myself either. I can tell you for sure that my voice is way sexier in person than it is over what it sounds like on the internet. At least I think so.
Nima Flowers says that you are brave because they find watercolor to be the toughest medium.
Well, Flowers, perhaps maybe it was me getting hit by a car and getting brain damage is what somehow did it for me. Don't think that's how it works, but I just kind of felt that watercolor was a little easier to use because I think it's just more forgiving. You can kind of mess up on watercolor, and then all you have to do is just add more water, or take some water away, and that will make everything a little bit easier to deal with. So I guess that's pretty much how I feel about watercolor.
Either that or you and I are gluttons for punishment because when I'm not making plushies, like when I'm making garments, like I work with a lot of knit fabric and everyone's like, how do you sew with knits? They're so horrible. Like they're so unforgiving. They're so difficult. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Knits are freaking wonderful to work with, except for when they curl at the ends, which a lot of them do.
Oh, geez. Well, Flowers, I hope your son is okay. At least that's what I was told. I don't really remember anything before or during. I kind of remember like biting my tongue really hard. And then the ambulance people told me, someone said that I got hit by a car. I was riding my bike, and then I refused to go to the hospital because I didn't want to pay the $250 hospital ride. And then I rode back to my dad's house, and he was like, "What the heck happened to you?" And well, I had this giant bump on the side of my head, it looked like a softball was implanted in my face, and my eyeball was all swollen shut and it was all red. And I broke my pinky finger on my right finger, really weird. It never grew back properly. It's always been kind of a little bit weird, and it hurts every once in a while. But that's what happens when you get hit by a car. So yes, I survived though, and well, it could have been worse, I guess. Maybe in a different life I died there, but in this one I'm still good to go. So that's good, and I'm happy I'm still alive because, well, that'd be a really lame way to, like, I mean, it's like getting hit by a train. It's kind of generally a finite area where you can go and get hit by it, but at least I'm alive now and I get to hang out with Fox and I have a house and my cats like me.
And you do a cartoon show on Saturdays.
And I get to hang out with all these weirdos.
Okay.
What am I gonna do here? We get a Slurpee. Let's do I haven't done one of these for a while. This is a lobster suitcase. It's a suitcase with lobsters in it. It was one of the first stickers that I ever did.
Yep.
Let's see here. I have no idea where the idea came from. I believe it was someone on the show, I think, mentioned something about lobsters once, and I said, "Oh, maybe we'll put lobsters in a suitcase." So then that's what it became, and
the three gray aliens have a discovered lobster and became addicted to it, so they carry their lobster suitcase.
yeah, those aliens.
And swimsuit Stanton had lobsters on his shorts.
Yeah, that was a cool one. We sold that one. This little kid came up. He's like, "Dad, I want Stanton." It's like, okay. How much for it? $9 million. All right, so he paid $9 million for it. Let's see. Let's put a sticker on here, shall we? Put the old Canadian flag on there because that's where I live. There we go. That's the lobster suitcase. And you know what? They didn't really drain it very well, so there's some water dripping out of it, just for good measure. That's too many drips. If you're dripping that bad, you should go to the doctor immediately. All right. And we'll go over here and whoops.
Or just try catching the lobsters with a net instead of a sack.
Yeah. Speaking of nets, we've been shipping out a whole bunch of nets at work because, well, anyway, one of them, the thing's like, it's like a 32-inch wide net. The bucket on the net is like 32 inches wide. It went to Ontario, so it's obviously going out to like the Great Lakes or something, but Like, what did they try to catch? Like Godzilla or King Kong? But they're just a pain in the ass because they never buy like the case. They just buy one. And the funny part is, it's like, why don't you buy the case? Buy the 3 that come in the case. And they never do. And then like 2 weeks later, they buy 2 more. It's like, when I go to the grocery store, I buy one thing and pay for it, and then walk back and grab another thing and then pay for it and then go back and get another one.
Okay, shut up. I had to do that today, but not with the grocery store. On the way over to the job site, I had to stop and grab a jerry can of diesel for the Bobcat. So, prepay at the pump. So I'm like, okay, well, diesel's expensive as hell. $25. Let's see what that does. And that's not gonna do shit for the Bobcat. Okay, let's go with another $25. Okay, now the jerry can's like full and overflowing. Good. Yeah. And the stupid thing was, my finger was hovering above 50 to begin with, and then I'm like, nah. So I'm like, I'm so glad I don't have transaction fees.
Remember when cards first came out and you had to minimum spend like $5 and all this weird stuff? That's funny. I like paying with cash a lot of times because it wigs people out. See their brain just misfiring because they don't understand how to do all the change and everything.
Oh, I know, it's hilarious. Or when like you hand them like a bill that's bigger than whatever, and then you give like you have the coinage to make up the change, and they can't do the math.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, my total is $7.25. I gave you a 10 and a quarter. What is,
$3 back.
Yeah. Simple. They just stand there like, I'm like, oh
My
my
brain's melting.
like, oh, Christ.
When I worked at Little Caesars when I was a kid, well, I guess I was like 20 or whatever, 1920. Some guy came in and he tried the old like, here, I'll buy a hot and ready, and so he gave me like $10. He's like, oh, and then here, I'll give you $1 and then some change, and then you just give me and he tried the old like swindle you to get some extra like couple bucks back, and I was like, no, hold on a sec, buddy. I'm like, here, I'm gonna give you your money back. You can give me the change and everything that you want, and if you need change, I can give you change. He's like, oh no, I'll be okay. I'll just pay with my debit card. I was like, all right, see what you did there, Spanky. The old lobster suitcase dripping water out. Alrighty. There we go. Oops, I forgot the little square guy here. Do that right now. And then we shall ink everything. And then we'll decide who gets this via dice roll. Do I still have my dice? Yes. Put my head on there. Speaking of dice, all the nerds are coming over later. Apparently they sent out some new a new tranche of UFO videos, and they were just terrible. One of them was somebody recording a screen with their camera. It's like, could you have not just given the like raw picture? But no, they couldn't because they're dumbos. One last thing here.
Get your numbers between 1 and 100 into the chat so that we can figure out who gets the scribble page.
Yes. Then everybody will be happy when they get there. Someone will be happy. I'll be sending out 2 drawings on Monday. Go. We're almost done here, folks, for the coloring part. I just want to say thanks for hanging out with me and Fox Saturdays. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday so far. It will only get better, I promise you. Unless you have to go to work later. Then if you want, give me your work's number. I will call them and call you in sick.
Or abducted by aliens.
Yeah.
It's funny, my boss actually used that excuse when he was in school. He got abducted by aliens, and that's why he was late.
I don't think it worked very well for him, did it?
No. Which is why you couldn't call me in sick abducted by aliens that day. I'm like, no, he tried that one, so.
Mr. Mark, Fox won't be in today. She's abducted by aliens. Yeah, I tried that one. Well, it was the thought that counted.
But then again, when there was that time that Tegan called in with 24-hour leprosy.
I remember when Tegan first, or one boyfriend, and he had a vehicle. It was like the first vehicle that everybody was able to drive around with, and we were driving around doing like drive-by compliments to people. Just nobody ever suspects that drive-by. It's like, hey, I really like your shirt.
Yeah, and now some dude on YouTube does it. It's just like, we did that when we were what, 16?
It's a long time ago. And make sure I drink my Ovaltine before I go to bed tonight.
I hear Linkin Park on classic rock, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, and it's like K97's like, we're home in the classic rock. Here comes Nirvana. It's like, ugh.
It's like, and thanks, I feel old.
Yeah. And apparently like Elton John is classic rock too. I don't know how that makes
Yeah.
any sense, but yeah, here comes Linkin Park. This is classic rock. I'm like, I was listening to this in high school. I'm like, that was only a couple years ago. I'm like, actually, no, hold on a second.
It was like, ugh.
Yeah. You know, I don't understand. They play like AC/DC. They play like Back in Black, and that's it. And like some of these bands have like 900 albums. Why could you not play some of their other stuff? I get it. They want to have something familiar, but
Oh, hello.
I need to get rich so I can get a satellite radio for work, so I don't have to listen to the same 8 songs every day.
Right?
Especially like K97. It's like how many times can they cram the tragically shit into the radio show every day? Pardon my swearing.
It's like
here.
on every channel. It's like all tragically hip. The Bear, that other one, Up or whatever. It's all tragically hip. Like it's Queen, tragically hip, and oh god, what was the other one? Oh yeah, AC/DC. The same 3 songs.
Yeah. I'm gonna probably make enemies for this, but Queen is absolutely terrible. It's probably one of the worst bands ever. Trust me, I listen to a lot of bad music. See, they could play Skinny Puppy. That counts as Canadian content.
Because Nickelback is another one.
Jeez. You know, they were playing Disturb the Bad Man or whatever. It was probably one of the worst songs on the Bear. And then they stopped playing it and they started playing other crap. And I'm like, could they just play that terrible Bad Man song instead? The thing in Canada is we have to play a certain amount of Canadian content on radio and everything. So they just decide to go with Tragically Hip and play it about 7,000 times a day.
And like for the amount of albums that the Tragically Hip put out, it's always the same freaking songs.
Yeah. I could definitely listen to Bob Cajun 500 more times, please. Sometimes they have call in and play a all request song or whatever. And the guy calls in, he's like, can I hear Teen Spirit by Nirvana? It's like, oh yeah, it's a great song. It's like, no, that guy is sitting in the radio station and he just pretended to call in. There's no way that happened.
Although there's one time my sister and I headed off to do whatever, and it was during Now Radio's all request lunch. I will hand it to them. I got into my sister's vehicle and they were playing Bullet for My Valentine on typically a top 40 station because they will play anything, especially on their lunch request show. So that was kind of impressive.
That's always nice. But if you want really good radio, I would listen to Spaced Out Radio with my Spaced Out Radio socks. Now that it's not blurry, let me show off my Spaced Out Radio socks here. Look at that. Look at those things. See? Spaced Out Radio socks. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Everybody's jealous. So go to spacedoutradio.com and get some socks, like right now. Buy 2 pairs. One so you can give to your friend, and or you know what? Never mind. Tell your friend to go buy a pair and buy 2 for yourself. Don't be a tightwad. Like me. Unless it comes to art supplies. I don't even look at the price of the stuff. I just grab it and throw it in my cart, and there you go.
Oh geez.
Oh no.
So comment from Nima. That's heartbreaking.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't like to hear that. Yes. Oh, hello, Cryptid Huntress. Jessica, you beautiful beast. Yes, we will say one to all the gods for you, flowers, and for your son. Also, check out Jessica Jones, the Cryptid Huntress. She's awesome. She's about as cool as this guy. Look at him. He doesn't even care. He's just gray and handsome. But
Oh, where's the missus? She's got a hello.
Lover?
The Cryptid Huntress says hello.
She's probably outside. Alrighty. In positive news, I believe it's 56 days until hockey. So my stress level is going to go through the roof. Jessica Jones is actually really cool because I got to meet her in person one time. I felt bad for her because she didn't get to carry around all her guns. She's like, I feel naked without my guns. I'm like, we don't get guns in Canada because our government hates us. But it was really cool. I got to hang out with her in Las Vegas, and then I also got to hang out with the lovely Varla Ventura. She's also cool. And I got to hang out with Random Guy, if anybody remembers him. He's like 17 feet tall, fire hair, and I would definitely hang out with Jessica and go camping with her. And I'd be the guy with the like, I don't want to get my hands dirty. Let me get my hands dirty. How can I draw cartoons? Yeah. Where's my hand sanitizer? Get dirt under my nails. Never worked a day in my life. Look how smooth my hands are. I work in a warehouse, but you know. I think Dave should have another spaced out radio party in Vegas so I can go there and cause a ruckus. Yeah, Jessica, it's funny. In Canada, they restrict all the types of guns you can own, but the legal amount of ammunition in Canada, and I'm not kidding, is as much as you see fit. You can have 1 case of ammo or 10,000 cases of ammo.
But nothing to use it with.
Yeah, sorry. You can't have handguns either. Yeah. But the bad guys got all the handguns, so, you know, everybody should just be armed to the tits. They should bring back sword duels. That would stop a lot of people from talking all types of crap. It's like, I think you're a dickhead. I challenge you to a fight, sir. And then yes. Yes, flowers. And then you and the boy can come down to Vegas and hang out with Dave and then watch Dave lose all his money and lose all his money in poker. I did have an interesting story when I was there. I forget who it was. He's a regular listener on Spaced Out Radio. I just called him Big Texas because he was like the typical Texas oil baron guy, big hat and like massive belt buckle and everything. He's like, Dirty Phil, we're going gambling. I'm like, no, I spent my $40 because anytime I gamble, I spend like $40. That's it. Call it a day. So anyways, he goes, no, he's like, I got a voucher for, I think it was like $15 or something, whatever. And anyway, so we went to this thing. I think I told this story before. But anyways, it was funny. We played the Crazy Asian Slot Machine, which apparently is a TV show. And we won $300, so we split it. So I got 150 American dollars, which I came home, and basically I was the richest guy in Canada with my $150 American. Translated into Canadian dollars is, I think it was like 200 and something. I felt super rich. It was pretty badass. But that's my gambling story. I could definitely see how people get addicted to gambling. All the lights started going. It was like bling, 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 multi-win, extra spins, and all this stuff. I'm like, wow.
Okay, the first time I actually like won anything remotely, like I won a mini jackpot on the slot machine, and I was only there because like St. Albert bus dropped you off in the middle of nowhere. So like I'm like, I finally get oriented where I know where I am, and the casino is like up the street. I'm like, okay, they have chairs and drinks and air conditioning because my ankle hurt. I was sweating hot and I was thirsty as all hell. So I text Trevor. I'm like, or no, I called him. I'm like, yeah, are you back yet? He's like, no, I'm still in the city. I'm like, okay, well, guess where I'm going? I'm like, I'm halfway between Esso and the casino, heading to the casino. Just meet me there. So, you know, I go in, air conditioned, thank God. Sit down, you know, order a Pepsi. And then I'm like, maybe I should actually just play a machine so I'm not like kicked out for loitering. So I throw $20 in a machine that Trevor often played. And I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, mini jackpot, And it starts making noise and lighting up, and I'm like, I need an adult. I need an adult. Stop drawing attention. No. Yeah. And then the vultures. Like I could see in the reflection of the glass on the machine, like there's this like one woman just standing there, like after my umpteen million free spins that came with this win were done. Like she's just standing behind me. I'm like, do they? Trevor finally gets there. I'm like, do they do this all the time? Do they just like hover? Like this is fucking creepy. Like now I'm just gonna keep playing this machine because just to piss you off.
Yeah, I think they go. Well, the machine must be paying out because apparently the machines are meant to give out money, not just take them.
If they take them more than they give it out. Yeah. Obviously. But yeah, no, it starts lighting up and making noise, and I'm like, no, stop it, stop it, stop it.
All right, folks, we're almost done here. So you must put in a number. And yes, Jeremy, you can win this again. I have no limit on whoever wins stuff. I think Kitty Caddywhack probably has the record of wins. He's probably getting about like 500 drawings.
Well, I don't know. Jennifer was on a hot streak there that one for a bit.
That's true. I think they're in cahoots.
Maybe. So yeah, if you haven't already, pick a number between 1 and 100 and type it in the chat.
Dirty filth scribble page. And then Fox and I are going to go for the ritual. Chicken wings. And then I'll be like, maybe I'll get a cheeseburger, and then not get a cheeseburger. Yeah. And I managed to do very little amount of lettering on this one, which I'm very proud of myself. So I can't complain about it. Stupid lettering. All right. Ooh, get the old background down here. And yes, so you have to have a physical mailing address or post office box. I wonder if Justice Truth Seeker's back from his 10-minute smoke break he said he was going on. And these some little berries on this bush there. A nice well-trimmed bush there. Excuse me. Oh, I'm dying. Oh, sorry about that. Holy. Mr. Gargoyle saved me. He doesn't care.
He's like, I'm flopped. I'm good.
There's still another person that can feed me on a regular basis. I don't care. Alrighty. Oh, I'm dying here.
He's like unconcerned because it's like, not mama.
Yeah. It was a good show. I wonder how much it cost to make all those costumes.
I more so wonder how horrendous it would be acting in those costumes.
Nice and sweaty in there.
Ugh.
All types of swalls and swunt and swoob and swass.
Swits.
Yeah, the old swits. Got a bad case of swits. Boy, I wish I had some kind of minty fresh stuff to put in them. Right.
That was a genius idea.
Well, he can still patent it. Whoop. Yeah, I can get that after. Color in the tree trunk. How can you have a tree without a tree trunk?
Dead Jed with the dad jokes about choking yourself up and moist be hot in there. Lay sigh.
Oh. If you like choking yourself, then you might as well crank your hog while you're doing it, apparently. So have at it. You could be like David Carradine. Just embarrass. Have your parents tell everyone how you died. We don't want to talk about it. Alrighty. And we get this.
Have you ever played a game called Telestrations After Dark?
No, I think I've heard of it though.
Okay, well, have you heard of Telestrations? It's a combination of telephone and Pictionary.
Oh, no.
Right? And one of the clues in the After Dark version, like one of the things that you have to draw is autoerotic asphyxiation.
Jeez.
I was playing this game one night with my
family
mother-in-law
fun
and a bunch of her friends from work, and it was my turn to draw. And that was what I had to draw. And same with my mother-in-law. And like we both ended up drawing it in the same way. It's like some dude just like choking himself with a tie and like with his hand in front of his crotch. Just like, and a stick man, of course, because I can't draw stick man with a ruler. Yeah. And then my mother-in-law asked me after, she's like, how did you draw that? And I'm like, and I told her, and she's just like, okay, same. I'm like, how else would you? Like, there's only one way to do that. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, because you're drawing on whiteboards with like less than fine point markers, and it just all gets mangled. But
Oh, jeez. Okay, I just got a little touch up here in this guy, and then we will.
I mean, if you were a good enough artist, you could just draw David Carradine, but that was a low blow.
I had a. Oh, jeez.
That was unintentional.
Someone can get their dad. All right, I got to get my dice out here. Let's see here. This is how this works. One of these are the 10s, and one of these are the 1s. And so let's do this. The black will be the 10s, and the blue will be the 1s. So if I roll them, this would be 65. This would be 42. So yes, that's how it works. Let's zoom in here so we can get a good look. That's about as far as it goes down. All right, so I believe Blue Cruise picked 17 as
Got it.
well.
All right, this is your
Magneticus Attracticus X account has been hacked.
this
Is that why?
your very last chance to get numbers in.
Is that why there's just pictures of bums on your account now? All right. Let me have a swig of my tea here, and we'll get this rolling.
Yeah, somebody come get their dad.
All right. Here we go, folks. Wait a second. I got to push the little button here. Everybody's drum roll bongos. 64 is the number.
That would go to Stephen Finnegan.
Stephen Finnegan wins. Hooray!
7.
67, eh? Maybe we'll give him a sticker too, for good measure. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, we'll give you a sticker of some sort. Congratulations, Stephen Finnegan. You must have some sort of. Wait a second here. There we go. Yes. I will put the email again. We'll just use the old bookings one. Yes, Nintendo 64. I still have mine. There, because apparently my other email is drunk. So yes, send an email to bookings@spacedoutradio.com, and I need a physical mailing address and junk, and I will get this mailed out to you on Monday, and you'll have this wonderful piece of drawing. I might even secretly add some extra stuff to it, just because that's sometimes what I do, because I'm weird. All right, everybody, Fox and I are gonna gather everything up here and go for some chicken wings and have a wonderful Saturday and all that stuff. So I hope everybody has a great rest of your day, and take care. Thanks for joining us in. Don't forget, go to Amazon.com, type in Cryptid Cartoons Volume 2, buy one of those, support me. Go to Fylthy.com, email Fox, tell her to make you a plushie of some sort, and also go to spacedoutradio.com, buy some socks or underwear with Dave's face so you can have Dave's face on your crotch all day long. All right, have a wonderful day. Remain dauntless. Tschüss.